What's good, vibrational family? Peace, love, and blessings come from within. I have to say this. I'm not here to try to change anyone's belief system. However, I am a scientific pointer that knows correct math and knows the correct science. And I'm here to break down this fraction down to the simplest form. I will be letting the correct knowledge and wisdom out that was hid from us for centuries and centuries and centuries. I want to address something. Preachers that's on the lower spectrum. I would like to encourage you to go do your own research. Stop memorizing and idolizing what your favorite preacher said or what another preacher said or somebody you trying to be like. Be like yourself and go do your own research. I guarantee you're going to find out that you have been lied to. Now, for the pastors that took the money and took the oath that's on the hierarchy, y'all think y'all slick running around these scriptures, making it up your own interpretation. And some things is really not being brought up inside of your so-called congregation or your church. Black or the so-called African descent pastors knows the truth and they running away from it and don't bring it up because they were paid and told not to. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, you motherfuckers make me sick. You make me sick.
You motherfuckers make me sick. You make me sick.
You worser than the oppressor himself. That's on everything. You don't talk about the body healing. You don't talk about the supernatural and godly abilities that the male and female possesses. You don't talk about this. Is it because of the spell that you put your congregation under? The gig is up. Your time is expired. That goes for puppet masters, the puppets, and the puppeteers. Wake up, people. I'm 39 years of age, and all through my school years, I had Caucasians telling me that I'm from Africa. My people came over here on boats as slaves, basically giving me information on my so-called ancestors that they are not so great. I'm like, damn. So we were created and just put here to be that? I knew something wouldn't add up. There's another story on their end. They talk about their ancestors. They talk about Christopher Columbus, all the presidents, all the kings and queens, all the inventors, all the writers, all the musicians, all the producers in the music industry, all of those directors, movie directors. Y'all never talk about where y'all come from. Y'all slide this one little story in there and say that we from Europe. Well, science and mathematics tells me that something is being covered up. So who was the first Caucasian individual? Or who was the first YT man? Science and mathematics tells us that there are many different species of the Caucasian races. Not in this order, what I'm finna give you, but I'm finna give you a little quick rundown. First is the Pflugeroids. See them? The Pflugeroids. They came before the Canaanites. They actually came 2,400 years before the Canaanites. Y'all don't talk about these things. And it's a lot of y'all know. I'm here to give it to you today. Another Caucasian species is the Deros. These are the obese individual. A lot of Caucasians out there that's obese, 400, 500 pounds, 700, 800 pounds. These inherited the genetics of these individuals. Also, the Neanderthals. See them? Correct. The pastors are not speaking on these things. They're not speaking on these scientific, genetically things. And they know this, but they running circles and taking shortcuts around this shit. Let's go to the Bible and talk about Esau for a minute. Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first to come out red all over as like an hairy garment. They called his name Esau. Red all over him, hairy. Red all over, hairy. Who's red and hairy all over? Look. Red and hairy all over. Neanderthal. This is Esau. It describes him to the T. We all know this. I'm not here to step on anyone's toes, but y'all shouldn't be mad for the ones that don't know. This is for scientific purposes only. So Esau is a genetic modified red hairy Neanderthal. And we all know what he did to his brother according to scripture. So he fled to Seir. Let's find out what Seir is. For those that don't know, Mount Seir is a place, original habitat, these cave-dwelling, hairy devils or goat figures. And Esau migrated there and made it his home. Esau moved to Mount Seir because he wasn't normal to fit in with society. He had to go to where his inhabitants were, caves. Now the king of these hairy goat individuals, his name is Seir. His name is Seir. And also Seir, he come from a bloodline that ruled that place, and they were called Horites. So don't get it confused, y'all. These Horites are not regular looking individuals. Esau was desperate for food. However, they wouldn't let him hunt on their grounds for food. So he did what they asked him to do. He came across some of these female Syrians. He had sex with these devil concubines so he can do what he had to do to survive in real time. And we all know what happens when you have sex. You create bloodlines, you create species. This is genetically modifying. Let's go to the Bible again. Leviticus chapter 17, verse 7. They must no longer offer any of their sacrifices to the goat idols to whom they were prostituting themselves. Esau started a bloodline with these individuals. He's part regular human or whatever, Neanderthal. So you take this bloodline and you mix it with a full-blooded Syrian, you're going to get half man and half goat, which would make a satyr. And this is what a satyr is. Caucasian at that. This is splicing and genetically modifying individuals. Esau is Caucasian Neanderthal, and according to scripture, he changed his name to Edom, and the bloodline is Edomites. So wouldn't that make the satyrs y'all ancestors as well? All my life, they've been trying to tell me where I'm from, and it leads me back to nowhere. But I know where the Caucasians from. We all have to wake up.